right, so we'll be looking at another year now, 2008, 2009. We have some couple of questions there. But the first question in that year on trigonometry is question 2. It says that find the exact value of the expression sine square pi over 12 plus 1 over sec square pi over 12. When you see this kind of question, you need not to panic. Something should come to bear in your mind. Sec square theta, or come to think of it, sec theta is an inverse trigonometric ratio of cos theta. So that shows that I can rewrite it. This will become sine square pi over 12 plus 1 over sec square pi over 12. This is the same thing as that pi over 12 is equal to oja. Don't let it disturb you. So this is sine square pi over 12 plus 1 divided by this sec square pi over 12. I do know that sec pi over 12, which is same thing as sec theta, is an inverse of cos theta. Okay, so definitely this is going to become inverse. That's cos square. That's 1 over cos square pi over 12. That's what sec square pi over 12 is. So this is same thing as 1 divided by cos square pi over 12, because that's the inverse. Now, what is now the inverse of cos square pi over 12? This is the same thing as sine square pi over 12 plus cos square pi over 12. It's like saying 1 divided by 1 over cos square pi over 12. This 1 multiplied by cos square pi over 12 divided by 1, and you get this. Alright? So, when you see this, just smile, because this is trigonometric identity appearing to you. This thing looks like sine square theta plus cos square theta. And don't forget, because it's an identity, any angle you put in for theta, it will always obey that statement, that equation. The result will always give you 1. So sine square pi over 12 plus cos square pi over 12, okay, it will still give you 1. So the final answer is 1. The reason is from sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. Theta is arbitrary. It could be anything. Alright? So that's option C. So we have another question, 2008-9. That's question 4. It says solve for x when 0 is less than or equal to x less than or equal to 360 degrees of what? Sine square x plus 2 equal to 3 sine x. So what do we do? Don't let this bother you. Write the question out first. Don't forget that we have been given this equal to 3 sine x. My duty is now to think, what can I do? Oh, this is an equation. Alright? And I can see sine x here, I can see sine x here. This is sine square x. This is, because it's an equation, if you bring this one to this side, this would imply sine square x minus 3 sine x. That's bringing this to this side. I meant adding minus 3 sine x to both sides. You get this plus 2. The result of this is going to be 0, because the moment you add minus 3 sine x to this, you get 0. Alright, so when you check this, this is a trigonometric quadratic equation, because to make it easier for yourself, Of course, I can do it directly this way, but let's represent so that you can see the quadratic equation coming out. Let P equal to is correct. Let sin x equal to P. That means anywhere you see sin x, we can replace with P. So I can come here, I put P. Don't forget that sin square x is the same thing as sin x all square. So I can write P in this case, then because of this square, I have this minus 3 sin x. X in this case is P. I have represented it. Then plus 2 equal to 0. So my duty is to smile now because I can see quadratic equation coming out. So I can solve this quadratic equation using factorization method. That's my duty is to multiply the first term and the last term. That's the term with the variable with the highest power and the constant term. Once you multiply them, you will have plus 2p squared. My duty is now to look for, I'm talking about plus 2p squared. I'm now to look for two factors of plus 2p squared such that when I add them together, it will give me minus 3p. But when I multiply those two factors, it will give me plus 2p squared. And you will realize that those factors are, for p squared, I can have p, because p times p will give me p squared. An addition of p and p will give me a term. It will give me an expression in terms of p here. So for the numbers plus 2, the factors of plus 2 that will be added to give us minus 3, okay, are minus 2 and minus 1. Minus 2 minus 1 will give me minus 3. Minus 2 times minus 1 will give me plus 2. So I have minus 2 minus 1. So the two factors I am looking for are actually minus 2p minus p. Okay, 1p same thing as ordinary p. Alright, so I can replace this minus 3p with these two factors. So this will give me p squared minus 2p minus p plus 2 equal to 0. So I can now factorize by grouping. Take them 2, this and this and this and this. Okay, so what is the common factor between this term and this term? You will realize that it is p. So if I factor p out, I'll be left with 1p here. I'll be left with what? 2 here. Then I check this. What is common? The only common factor is 1. Okay, so let me write it for you to just see. I would have left it that way. So if I introduce my bracket, I'll be left with p here, and this will become minus, not plus. So I have 2 equal to 0. Whatever is in this place, this bracket must be here if what we have done is correct. Okay, so when you check this term and this term, what is the common factor? You realize that the common factor is p minus 2. So if you factor out p minus 2, what will be left here? You realize that p minus 2, once it's factored out, I will be left with p here, I'll be left with minus 1 here. Okay, so this will give me what? 0. Now don't jubilate because we aren't done yet. So if the product of p minus 2 and p minus 1 is equal to 0, what does that suggest to us? That shows that one of them must be 0. Okay, or two of them possibly. So I can infer from that p minus 2 is either equal to 0 or p minus 1 is 0. So that from here my p is equal to what? 2. Or my p is equal to what? 1. Alright? Now, don't now jubilate that you are done. Oh my goodness. I didn't write the option for this. Alright, no problem. So, my p is 2 and 1. But we were not asked to look for P. We were the one that introduced P, alright? So I'm to now recall that sine x is equal to P. So we now say when P is equal to 2, what can we say? It implies that what? Sine x is equal to 2. And when P is equal to 1, what can we also infer? That means sine x is equal to 1. Alright? So my duty is to solve for x, okay, for when sine x is equal to 2, and to solve for x when sine x is equal to 1. But it's very important that you need to take note of something. X lies between what? 0 degree and what? 360 degree. So what can we do? Then you quickly remember something, that the sine of an angle between 0 degree and 360 degree lies between two extreme values. That it lies between -1 and 1. Do you understand that? It is not possible and can never be possible for sine of an angle to be greater than 1 or to be lesser than -1. Oh, then I can now make this statement, okay? Since ní ìgbà tí the sine of an angle lies between -1 and 1. That is, -1 is always less than or equal to sine x. Let me use the word inclusive here. Oh, okay, let me use theta. In fact, you can say that the absolute value of sine theta is less than or equal to 1 from this statement, okay? You can imply. But okay, don't let us imply, but just know that the absolute value of sine of this lies between, is 1. So if that is the case, or is less than or equal to 1, if that is the case, since the sine of an angle lies between -1 and 1 inclusive, that is this, then ìgbà náà, that will make me terminate this. Okay, this can no longer hold. Then it means, it implies that sine x is equal to 1. Do you understand that now? So if sine x is equal to 1, this implies that what? X is equal to sine inverse or arcsine of 1. And don't forget that x lies between what? 0 degree and 360 degree. So sine what will give me 1? That's sine 90. Yes. Sine 90 will give me 1. Is there any other one? No. Except we want to get an angle above 360 degrees. That's an allied angle. Okay? So the only value of x that satisfies this condition is angle 90 degrees. And that's the answer. I didn't remember to write the option. Let me write it now. Option A is x equal to 45 degrees. I know that's not the answer. Option B is x equals to 90 degrees. Option C is x equal to 135 degrees. And option D is 180 degrees. So the correct answer is option B. If you go for 180 degrees, that's going to be what? -1. Alright. We have another question, question 6 of 2008 through 2009. The question says, by using half angle formula, find the exact value of cos 15 degrees. So half angle formula. See the way I'm thinking. it has to be there. But you see that half angle formula is a polówó ọjà. Okay? Don't let that bother you that which one is half angle formula. Your addition formula is just what they use to derive the half angle formula. But I'm going to quote it. Alright? So look at it. The half angle formula they are talking about is this. For cos 15 degree. All I just need to do is recall. Recall that cos 2 theta. I want to show you how they derive that half angle formula. Cos 2 theta is the same thing as 2 cos theta plus, minus 1. Did I say 2 cos theta? 2 cos square theta minus 1. Yes. Do you see this theta here? This theta is half of this theta. Okay? But look at it. I can write this same nonsense. This one is what we call the double angle. They call it double angle because of this. So suppose I'm to write this now, theta, instead of 2 theta. What do you notice? It will follow the same pattern, 2 cos square. Instead of this theta here is half of this. So definitely this one is going to be theta over 2 minus 1. This is where they call half angle coming from. Half angle. See it? Okay? But whether half angle, you see the two of them, they are still saying the same thing. Because I can write this thing. I can see this one as a double angle. Double angle of what? Theta over 2. Theta over 2. This one is same thing as theta plus theta. I can write this one as theta over 2 plus theta over 2. Okay? So, but now, let me pretend as if I don't understand what they are talking about. So that it's easy for me. Or better still, look at it. Let me use their half angle. I can use these two to solve the same problem. But let me now use the half angle. Alright? So since you know this, look at what this one means from here now. I can now refer, I can imply from here that if I take this minus 1 to this side, which means I'm adding 1 to both sides, the result of this thing will become 1 plus cos theta. It will become 2 cos square theta over 2. Okay? Now, what if I decide to make cos theta over 2 the subject of the formula? If I would do that, these two need to live here. That means I will divide both sides by 2. So I'll be left with this. So permit me to write this first. So this implies that cos square theta over 2 will become 1 over 2 times, that means half. So you understand now? 1, I don't want to write 1 plus cos theta over 2. So I'm writing it as a product of this fraction. Cos theta. The next thing I'm to do is to look for a way to terminate this square. That will make me take the square root of both sides. So that means that this will still imply that cos theta over 2 is equal to what? Square root of 1 over 2 into bracket 1 plus cos theta. Close the bracket. Now, this is what they are trying to refer to as the half angle formula. Alright? This one. But I got this from here. Okay? Now, if that is the case, they want us to find what? Cos 15 degree. What do you think would be the value of theta? For me to have everything here, it will be 15 degree. You notice that if you put 30 degree there, it will become 15. Because 30 divided by 2, that's 15 degree. Is that not so? Alright. permit me to rub out this nonsense. So I will say put up or putting theta equal to 30 degrees. And don't forget, 30 degrees is a special angle. So putting theta equal to 30 degrees, what do we have? We have cos 30 over theta over 2, in degree is equal to what? Square root of 1 over 2, 1 plus cos 30 degrees. So this will become what? Cos 15 degrees equal to what? Square root of 1 over 2, 1 plus what? What is cos 30 degrees? It's a special angle. I think cos 30 degrees is root 3 over 2. Should be? Yes. So this is root 3 over 2. So I can now simplify. So this will become square root of 1. Suppose I open up the bracket. What will I have? I will have what? 1 over 2 plus, or better still, if I simplify this 1 over 2, this one will give me 2 plus root 3 divided by 2. I hope you agree. It's like looking for LCM. This is 1 over 1. So LCM of 1 and 2 is 2. 1 in 2 is 2. 2 times 1, I have 2. 2 in 2 is 1. 1 multiplied by root 3 is root 3. Okay? So I can now multiply the numerator. 1 times the whole of this, that will give me square root of 2 plus root 3 divided by 2 times 2. That's 4. So my duty is to still find the exact value of that. So that means my result is going to be what? It's going to be plus, because 15, okay, is an acute angle. So I do know that my result is going to be positive. Do you understand? On a norm, would have thought of square root of this is plus or minus. But I do know that 15 degrees is an acute angle. So definitely the cosine of an acute angle is going to be positive. So this will become, I cannot get the square root of this except to give me another solid expression. So I will leave it in terms of square root of 2 plus root 3 divided by, I can get the square root of 4, and that is 2. So if I cross check, the correct answer is option B. I didn't remember to put the option. Okay, or let me state the options. Maybe I should write it somewhere here. Option A is root 2. We have to be very careful. Root 2. They are playing with sign, so you have to be very careful. As much as you need to be very fast, you have to be sign conscious. B is square root of 2 plus root 3 divided by 2. Option C is square root of 3 plus root 2 over 2. Okay. Then option D, let me put option D here. It is square root minus square root of 3 plus root 2 all over 2. Of course, your correct answer is option B. Okay? Alright. Okay. Question 8 of 2008-2009 says find the exact value of cos pi over 8. Instead of the question giving you an angle in degree, you are being given an angle in radian. So you need to use the conversion to be able to know properly what pi over 8 stands for, so that it's easier for you to be able to evaluate it. So now look at it. But me, I know that 2 pi radian is equivalent to 360 degree. Okay, if that is the case, that means 1 radian is equal to what? 360 degree divided by 2 pi, which is same thing as 180 over pi. Now, if 1 rad is this, what do you think pi over 8 rad is going to become? Pi over 8 rad is the same thing as pi over 8 times 1 rad. And 1 rad is this, okay? So this will become pi over 8 times 360 degree divided by 2 pi. So 2 can terminate 2. Do you get that? I mean, pi can terminate pi, then 2 can go here 1, 2 in 360. I think that is 180 degree. It cannot divide 180 degree perfectly. So, but I can get something else that can do that. I do know that 4 can go here 2, and 4 can go here. How many times? 45. Do you see that? And 45 over 2 is the same thing as 22 1.5 degree. Alright, so that means that what they have given us here, it implies that cos pi over 8 is simply the same thing as what? Cos 22 1/2 degree. This means that it is not different from what we just finished. We can also make use of half angle because 22 1/2 degree is half of the special angle of 45. Okay, so you recall our expression for this. But I will write it directly now. But cos theta over 2 is equal to what? Can you still remember? That is square root of, can you still remember that now? That is 1/2. Can you still remember? 1 plus cos theta. In case you cannot remember this, just follow it the other way, step by step. Okay? Do cos 2 theta, which is same thing as 2 cos squared theta minus 1. Then make cos theta the subject of the formula. Then thereafter, you see that when you make cos theta the subject of the formula, you will get square root of 1/2 plus, into bracket 1 plus cos 2 theta. Then divide the theta here by 2, divide the 2 theta here by 2, you will get this expression. Okay? So now, I can now put theta equal to 45 degree. The moment I do that, I will have cos 45 degree over what? 2 equal to square root of 1/2 into 1 plus cos 45 degree. So, and I do know that this is the same thing as what? This my 45 degree is same thing as what? 22 1/2 degree equal to square root of 1/2 1 plus, what is cos 45 degree? I think that is 1/2. And if you rationalize, you will get root 2/2. So this is root 2/2. So that this will become, don't forget, cos 22 1/2 degree. This in pi radian actually was what? Or is pi over 8. So that means cos pi over 8. I'm returning it back. I'm returning it rather, which will be the same thing as square root of, don't forget that your result is supposed to be plus or minus. But I do know that this pi over 8, which is equivalent to 22 1/2 degree, is an acute angle. And cosine of an acute angle will be positive. So I just need to deal with only the positive value. I hope that's clear. So this will become 1/2. Then I will have the same way 2 plus root 2 divided by 2. So I will now have square root of 2 plus root 2 over 4, which is the same thing as root 2 plus root 2 divided by 2, because you can find the square root of this, but we cannot get a real number, or a rational number for the square root of this solid expression. So that's our final answer. Which of the options? We will see that is option A. Okay, don't make mistake to think it's 3. If you make that mistake, you will likely go for option C. Sorry, this square root is not here. It's like this, I guess. It's a mistake. Sorry. All right. So that's the first one. So now we will continue, because there are still about 5 or 6 more questions. We'll continue that in the next video. However, should you have any question with what we have just done, you can drop your comments, or your question rather, in the comment section below. I do believe that this video has been of help to you. Please don't assume you have understood this. Go back, review them, try them on your own, and see how much you have comprehended. I declare that these things that you have been taught or have been answered with you, they are retained in your cerebrum in the name of Jesus. And anytime you need this information during the exam, you will always get them back in your memory in the name of Jesus. God bless you, and spend your time wisely.